Hello and welcome to the Affidavit of Support I-864 sponsor tutorial. What is the purpose of the Affidavit of Support I-864 form? This form is to help the USCIS process your application/petition. In the Adjustment of Status packet, you will need an Affidavit of Support from your sponsor. As we discussed before, this form can be tricky depending on your income. If your annual income is insufficient, you are going to want to get a joint sponsor to fill out Form I-864 along with your I-864 form. Please read through the poverty guidelines before starting the Affidavit of Support to see if you need a joint sponsor. Let's get started. Okay, we are going to go down to our internet browser and we're going to go up to the search bar and type in uscis.gov. Okay, and we're going to go down to the forms and we're going to go to I-864 Affidavit of Support. Okay, and then we're going to look at, you can see instructions. We're going to look at the PDF. We're going to open that and we're going to download this PDF and drag it to our desktop. So let's move that down and drag it over. Okay, and we're going to close the browser and double click that form. Okay. We're going to adjust the screen size as well, so let's get rid of the right hand side bar. If you have any of that, get rid of it. And we're going to adjust the screen size to 100%. So let's also full screen our page. Part 1 says, basis for filing affidavit of support. Type in your name, John J. Doe. So I, John J. Doe, am the sponsor for submitting the affidavit of support because I am the petitioner. I filed or am filing for the immigration of my relatives. So line A1 as well, check that box. And then if you go over to the part 2, information about the principal immigrant, you're going to type in the full name, Doe Jane Garcia, of the principal immigrant. In the mailing address, just like always, we're going to type in our current address in the US, so because it's the sponsors. So type that in. 5073 Arch Street, and then we're going to go down to line 2D, Dearborn, and then we're going to go to the zip code, type that in as well, and then on line 2E we're going to go to the state, and we're going to select Washington State. Line 2I below is automatically put, and it is the USA. Every time you select your state, it will automatically put the country. So we're going to go down now to part 2, information about the principal immigrant, continued. It says on line 3, country of citizenship or nationality. Our character was born in the Philippines, and that's who we are sponsoring, this character from the Philippines, so type in Philippines. And on line 4, it says date of birth, put her date of birth. Alien registration number, upon coming over here, they should have gotten an alien number at some point when they entered the US. Also, if you have an account number, we do not put that there as well. We don't have that, so we won't mess with that. Daytime telephone number, put that there as well so that you are easily contacted by the USCIS if they need to contact you for some reason. And then we're going to go down to part 3. I am sponsoring the principal immigrant named in part 2. Yes. So now we are going to continue to go down. We don't need to do the rest of this, but I would encourage you to really read through it and make sure that none of this, make sure that, nothing applies to you. If it doesn't, then you can just start where we're going to go next. So let's continue to scroll down. We're going to go down to line 28. Enter the total number of immigrants you are sponsoring on this affidavit form. Item numbers 1A through 27. So we have one person that we're sponsoring. And then we're going to do the full name of the sponsor. So Doe, John, and then J for the middle name. And then again, we're going to type in our address. So our street number, 5073. We're going to go down to line 2D, type in the city or town. And we're going to do, Arch Street. Then we're going to go down to 2D, type in city or town, and type in Dearborn. And then we're going to go to the zip code just like before on line 2F. Type that in. And then once again, once you put in Washington or wherever your state is, it should just pop up with USA on line 2I. So your current mailing address is the same as your physical mailing address. Yes, in our case it is. We don't need to fill out the sponsor's physical address because we checked the yes box above. So we're going to continue to scroll down. And there's 2 ones on the right hand side. We'll get to that in a second. But let's go to other information on line 5, country of domicile. Okay, USA. That's where we're from. This is information about you, the sponsor, continued. So then put your birthday, 09, 07, 1987. And we're going to go to city or town of birth. So we're going to put Dearborn. And then we're going to go to state or province of birth. So we're going to type in Washington. And then we're going to go to country of birth, USA, followed by our social security number. The line below, it says, the line below the social security number, it says citizenship or residency. 11A, I am a U.S. citizen. If you're a U.S. citizen, put that in there. And then on line 14, I am currently on active duty in the U.S. Armed Forces or USA Coast Guard. We are not, so we're going to select no. Like I said above, both of the ones are already there before we can even do anything on 1 and 2, line 1 and 2. So we're going to go down to look at line 8, and we can see that it's added it for us. 2 people. So let's scroll down. I am currently, or sponsors employment and income, I am currently employed as, and we're going to put or specify our occupation, food service worker for us. And we're going to name the employer in line 1A1. So Dearborn Hospital is the employer. We don't have another job, so we're not going to put one in. If you're self-employed or retired, you need to put that in as well. Really, this depends on what you do. We make $21,000 annually, so put your annual income there. And then you're also going to put none below if that applies to you. For us, it did. We aren't helping it. We have no other income from any other persons. And then we're going to click the people listed in item numbers 3, 6, and 9. Read that. We checked it. We also put $21,000 for the current annual household income. Just make sure you read all that and understand what it's saying. If not, go to the instructions just to double check. It can be kind of tricky in these spots. We're going to go to our most recent tax years here. So type in the 3 most recent ones, starting with the top first, 2015, 2014, and 2013. And we're going to type in the annual income for each year. So for 2015 this year we made $22,000. For 2014 we made $16,000, and for 2013 we made $13,000. Okay, and above we need to go, have you filed a federal income tax return for each of the 3 most recent tax years? Yes, we have. That's what we put down there in 19A, B, and C. So that's just telling the USCIS that we have those 3 documents in the adjustment of status file that we're going to hand them. Let's scroll down. Okay, we don't have any assets. If you do put them there, that will be very helpful. Please continue to read all that stuff. Part 8, we're just going to go down to A1. Please read this as well. I can read and understand English. Click that box. If you do not read it or understand English, then you might have a hard time listening to this, but you need to find somebody to be certified and write that in the line below what we just filled out. Okay, so let's go to part 8, sponsors. Oh, sorry, we don't need to go there. We're going to go to sponsors contact information, and we're going to type in the daytime telephone number, and then we're going to go on line 4 and type in the mobile telephone number, and then we're going to go to line 5 and we're going to add an email address so that the USCIS will be able to contact you easily. Okay. Now we're going to scroll down Sponsor's signature. In line 6A. Do not forget to sign this when you save it and print it out. And also we'll date it here. Date of signature. You're going to have we're going to put 0414 and then followed by the year to 2016. Okay, so we're going to go down because we're of 9 of 12, page 9 of 12. We're going to go scroll down a little bit just to make sure we don't have to do anything. Now, preparer's full name, that's for like a lawyer. We're just going to put none in all 3 of these spaces because we had no help. Oops, get rid of that. Okay, we had no help, so we don't need to put a lawyer. If you did have a lawyer, then obviously they would fill that part out and put their own information in there. So continue to kind of scroll down. We can see that automatically your full name is inputted on line 1A, B, and C, John J. Doe, and that's it. So we are done with this, and congratulations, you've just finished the I-864 form. Have a good day.